If I could get Steve here for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever, and you could have an audience with him, you could tell him something, what would you tell him?
If I could tell Steve something today, what would I tell him?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Um,
I really just appreciate everything he did for me as an individual. I can't thank him enough for, the mentorship and just really the work-life balance. Like, Steve poured his heart and soul into everything he did.
He really set up that kind of transition portion of my life from high school to university, and I honestly think without Toronto Prep I'd not be where I am at today.
I would say thank you for being there for me, and I'm sorry for all the grief that I gave him along the way. And I regret some things I said to him sometimes as well. But I know that he doesn't take it personally and completely understands, but I still regret them nonetheless. And he was a huge, huge positive influence in my life, and just thank you.
And what I told him the day that Cole graduated, and what I told him when our boys were growing into manhood, I'm so grateful.
I would apologize to him for waiting so long to come here. Oh, because I would have loved the opportunity to work with him on a day-to-day basis.
I have to say thank you because, and I'm going to take up 15 seconds with the thank you, because what you did for my kids and for our family can never be duplicated, could never be accomplished by anybody else. You should be proud of the person that you were, the lives that you've impacted.
He was such a good man that you'd wanna kind of reminisce.
I'd say that I moved downtown because you asked me to, and my kids are going to the school because you wanted me to.
Thank you for being my number one supporter in all my years at Toronto Prep. I always knew I could come to him with anything, and always just making me feel like this was home.
I don't think I would have gone to university if it was for Stephen Foley. Honestly.
I think that your family's got it. Your legacy will live on.
Honestly, he changed my life. Coming here and having a teacher and a mentor like that.
I would tell him I did it. I passed university. No, I'm kidding. I would honestly just tell him thank you. Thank you for doing what you did, being the person you are, and just if you were still here, I would be here probably every day coming and seeing you, so miss you.
I'll tell him that I miss him and that he's left such a mark on the world, and that just because he's gone, his spirit is still there, 100%.
So you've done an amazing job. Everything that you've done in your life, from A to Z, you've done perfect.
Gosh, that's a hard one, for sure. There are, a lot of stories, but it'd really be another thank you, for sure, for everything. Just having him in my life as a mentor, because he was really not only like a second father to me, but also my greatest mentor, the reason I am who I am today.
Yeah, I think what I would say is that, although I didn't know him, but if I were to speak to him, I would say something of the sort that just the warmth and the love and the feeling that you get when you're in the school, and just from knowing his son and his wife and how they operate the business, I think he set an amazing foundation for kids for generations to come. So I think it's amazing.
I would just try and show my gratitude and just thank him for the small things that he did for me.
I think it's pretty hard to say anything else than just thank you for everything he did. I mean, he meant so much to everyone, but especially the guys who he really took under his wing, who you could see needed some guidance, like Jake and I, and he really put us on the right path. So nothing more than we could say that we love him and thank you for everything.
As Rich said, that he did a really great job, and that he is and was very loved and adored and respected by many people, and that he should be very proud of that.
I think that, and this is my personal view, I don't think school is as an emotional business as our business. But I think that your dad, from what I knew, brought the emotion to the table. And he connected with people on a level that I don't think you necessarily have to as somebody who runs a school.
But I think what I really would say is that Steve is the reason why, it sounds so cheesy or whatever, but I think Steve is the reason why that I probably got to where I am today. And I'm obviously just very starting out my career. But Steve has truly shown me something that I have not seen in any of my other relatives. And I mean, obviously I've been incredibly grateful to have such great role models, but Steve was definitely different in the sense that he truly showed me that you gotta be the one to believe in yourself. I think that was it. And he truly showed me the foundation of hard work. So with that, I would say to him that I would just give him the biggest thank you in the world. And that I love him with every single last thing in me.
I would say that I feel like a lot of adults are able to sort of pinpoint in their lives one teacher or one mentor or figure that they looked up to throughout their teenage and childhood years that wasn't necessarily their parents. Most of the time it's a teacher, and Steve was that person for me. He's sort of that he was sort of that one person who I always look back on very fondly for that.
From grade 6, from the first day I met you to the day we graduated at the school, he has made me the person I am today. And there's not a day that I pass by the school that I don't think and see him standing out front.
You never ever see people for as long as you want to. But Steve and I, he had a very busy life, very demanding life, as do I. We could go days and weeks and months without seeing and talking to each other. There might be a text here and there, but we pick it right back up on the curb. I would want to know that he's well. I would want to know that he's well. I would want to know that he didn't get to know his dad very well. I mean, he was a baby when he left us, and I would like to know that he's there with his mom and dad.
You're missed. You have contributed greatly to our family.
There is no way that I can express my gratitude from not only you being a teacher, but a role model for me. Your family means the absolute world to me personally. You mean the absolute world to me. Not only do we share the same birthday, but I feel like we have very similar values, and there is no better person to have been taught by than you. And thank you for everything that you have done for me and my family.
Thank you, because he said something to me, and I was really worried about Ari when he was growing up. He said to me, Dean, he says, you got a good kid. He is smart. He just doesn't apply himself. And I knew that I had made the right decision, or Ari actually had made the decision for himself to come to TPS, and it was really a pivotal decision.
Steve, I told you I'd make it. I think I've done you proud.
I would say
Steve, what you and your family have built has impacted so many lives for the better, including our families. And I hope you know that whenever you're spoken about, it's only great things, not good things, only great things. You've left an amazing legacy. The school, your family, the incredible people that they are, and you should be proud. And you are very missed by everybody.
I would tell him what I told him when I said goodbye, which was, I will never forget what we shared.
I would tell him that I guess both him and your mom did just so much, not just educational wise, but I think just life, just taught us so much about just, I guess, how to be decent people. You know, prepping us for schools is their job. University, you know, that's what they do. But having something that really just sticks with you is like the biggest thing.
First, I'd hug him. I'd thank him. I said, Peyton is a different kid. She could not have gone. She wouldn't be the girl she is without him. And thank you so much for being there for Peyton, for every kid, for loving kids, all your kids, for just being loving and being fun and being crazy and being not afraid to be different than most of the people in this world.
How much I love him. Definitely. How much I love him. He knew that though.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honestly, I would just say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would say thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know. That's a tough question, man.